So this is the first puzzle that I put together in January. It's a Doctor Who puzzle that I got many, many years ago from my friend and former roommate when I was living in New York. And when I put it together, I found this note in the box. So I have put this puzzle together twice before. And the first time I put it together was in December of 2013. So apparently this was a Christmas present, and it had all the pieces. It had 1,003 pieces in it, even though it says it's a 1,000 piece puzzle. Most puzzles, when they say it's a certain number, they just mean it's around, and it could have plus or minus like up to, I think, 10 pieces. So it had 1,003 pieces. And then 1 year later, in December of 2014, when I put it together, I don't know why it says 102 right here. I don't know what that means, but it says that there were 1,002 pieces and that there's one dark gray piece from the Doctor's left side of the vest missing. So when I put it together in January of 2016, I did see one piece missing from the Doctor's left side. And I thought, okay, that must be the piece that is missing. But tell me, how come 4 days later, when I was changing my bed sheets, did I find this piece? I found this piece right here. It's the missing piece. So I guess sometime in New York, I must have found the missing piece and put it back in the box and then didn't make a note of that. But I'm glad that I have all the pieces. So here we go. So I do like this puzzle. It is a random cut. So as you can see, some of these pieces are very like odd shaped. And I keep putting that in shadow. So there's some really random cuts in this puzzle, and I like that. It's to just have, you know, a variety of things sometimes. So I just happened to find this in my parents' attic, and I was like, oh, I want to put that together. So I did, and here it is. The next puzzle that I put together is this one, this Pokemon puzzle. This is also a 1,000 piece puzzle. I'm gonna get all of it in frame. Here's the box. It's from Buffalo Puzzles. I have this one because my sister just randomly bought it. And my sister buys so many puzzles, and never in my entire life have I ever seen her put a puzzle together. But that's good for me, more puzzles for me to put together. But I really like this one. Not that I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. I do collect some Pokemon cards, but I don't collect like everything. I really only know this Generation 1. Because when I was a kid, there was only Generation 1. I remember when Generation 2 came out, because I am old. So yeah, my favorite Pokemon is Squirtle. I know these are all the starters from the first 8 generations, but yeah, so I'm filming this the day after Pokemon Day, so I did not put this together on Pokemon Day. I put it together in January. Anyway, so the next few puzzles that I did were presents that were, they were Christmas presents for my nieces. And they are the K-pop Demon Hunters puzzles. And they came in these cute little like ramen things. So they are puzzles, and they came in these. So they really only wanted Zoe and Rumi, and when my sister was buying them, she's like, we can't not have Mira, because one niece likes her and my other niece likes her the best. And it's like, well, you can't get just 2 and not the 3. So I got the puzzles, and they're actually really nice puzzles because they hold up together really, really well. I say as I now take it apart. But here's the Mira puzzle. Let me put a board on top of. These belong to my nieces, and I took them because they don't put puzzles together, or one of them tries and then immediately gives up. So the first puzzle is, here's Mira, and then we have Rumi, and then we have Zoe. So these are actually really good puzzles. I can pick the whole thing up, which is really nice. So these are the puzzles. Not quite big enough. My puzzle board is not quite big enough to fit all of them, but there they are. They're really cute. I really like them. They do have the exact same piece cut on each of them. So you can like take this piece out. Let's get this one out. And then I can just replace every single, like every puzzle. So if I want, I can mix and match. So I tear it apart like that. And then this can just go here. And then this one can just go here, and same, all three of them are exactly the same. So next time I put these together, I'm going to like mix all three puzzles together and then put them together. But I didn't do it this time because it was the first time. I just was putting them together as I was listening to Tableau's new podcast, which is great. Love it. I really liked when he did the Tableau podcast years ago during like 2020 with Dive Studios, I believe, was the makers. All right. The next puzzle I did is one of my sister's puzzles, which is this one. And this is also a puzzle that holds together really, really well. So this is apparently from a book series that she has and really likes. And so no, I have not read the book or any of the books in this series. She does have the book, and this is book 1 in this series. Apparently there's like 6 or 7 books that all take place in this like small town, and this is book 1. I did start reading it, but I'm only like 56 pages in. So far it's fine. I'll probably finish it at some point, but it's not the book that I'm currently focusing on at the moment. We'll get to that in a moment. All right. The next 2 puzzles I did were these little 150 piece puzzles. I got both of these when I was in Korea. I love Ryan. I got this as my like going away, do on the airplane present. Because, you know, you gotta have things to do on a plane when your flight is, you know, 13, 14 hours and then you get delayed. But so here's this one. The only thing about this puzzle is that they do not hold up. These puzzles will fall apart super easy. And here's this one. This puzzle, unfortunately, I did have them on top of this. And I had this on my desk in front of an open window as it was raining. And I forgot that they were there, and the wind blew so much water in, and about this half of this puzzle got completely soaked. I did take it apart right away so that when it dried, they dried individually. Because many years ago when I was in New York, I had the Van Gogh Starry Night puzzle. I don't remember how many pieces it is. I think it's 1,000. And that got wet. I spilled a cup of water on it. And I swear when I spilled that cup of water, the puzzle made a slurping sound. It probably didn't, but in my mind, I think it did. And it sucked that water up so fast, and all the pieces like glued together, like the ones that were already together. And it was like impossible to take apart. And then when I did, like the pieces were just like layering up, coming apart. And so when this got wet, I didn't want that to happen. So I immediately, when it was still wet, I took all the pieces apart. They dried. They dried at the same size. I can definitely tell that they're more flat. They're not as shiny, but they do fit together a little bit tighter now. So this part holds together, but this part does not hold together. I don't know if you can see that from that far away. Anyway, and that is all the puzzles that I did in January and February of 2020. That is not true. So this is the final puzzle that I put together in February of 2026. It is this 2,000 piece Hershey's puzzle, also from Buffalo. This one was actually pretty easy to put together because there was enough different like colors and variety of things that you could easily sort out the pieces so that you can just like pick a section and then just start putting it together. The hardest part were these big like chocolate pieces that didn't have, because like these could, you know, blend into these. So this part was a little bit difficult. This was a little bit difficult. And then the s'mores was a little bit difficult. And surprisingly, all these Hershey's bars, I was just getting so turned around with which pattern like I could tell that the patterns were different, but my brain was just like, oh my gosh, where do they go? So that was a little bit difficult, but the easiest was definitely this Reese's was pretty easy, and all the, like this was easy, this was easy. So I did the majority of this puzzle. I would say I did 98.5% of this puzzle. My sister helped a tiny bit, a teeny tiny bit. She put maybe like 20 pieces together of this Twizzlers right here. And then my mom helped a teeny tiny bit putting together the, not this one, just that one, because I had stopped working on this to like go do something else. And then she started putting all these like white pieces together. And then she was like, I did it, I helped. And I was like, great, thanks. Yeah. But so, yeah, that was the final puzzle that I did for the month. For March, I'll give you a preview for what I'm going to do in March. I got this Harry Potter puzzle because I thought it would be easy, but now that I'm looking at it, there's a lot of really dark pieces. So it probably isn't going to be as easy as I think it is going to be, but that's fine. I'll still do it. It's only 1,000 pieces. And it's from Seiko, which is, I believe, owned by Buffalo, or Buffalo is owned by Seiko, one of them, I don't remember. Then I'm also going to put together this mini 150 piece Starry Night puzzle, and then I'm going to try to find my large Starry Night puzzle and then put them side by side. Yeah. Anyway. And then as a little reminder to myself, because I didn't start filming anything until January, in December I did this 1,000 piece puzzle from Ravensburger or Ravensburger. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's the Karen Puzzles puzzle from Karen Puzzles on YouTube. So I do watch her content. I find it interesting. And I really liked this, and I put this together. This was really fun. And then just for fun, I also did this diamond art painting. My mom got this for me a year or two ago. When I came back to visit for Korea one time, and she just gave it to me, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then I didn't do it. And so I just waited until Christmas was around, since I was around this year. So I did this puzzle. So that was all puzzle related things. So the books that I read in January and February of 2026 is 0. I didn't read, or I should say I didn't finish any books. I did start this. As I said earlier, I'm only 56 pages in. I do plan on finishing it, just haven't. I also have this book that I took intending to read, and then I think hi. I just got to chapter 1, put a bookmark in it, and then didn't further read it. Hi, they're so pretty. I love them. Oh. All right, we'll put them back. Distractions, they're a distraction. So I will read this at some point. I'm just probably not going to read. I did read the first 2 books, so I do need to read this to finish it out. But the book that I'm currently reading and need to finish soonest is this one, Project Hail Mary. I'm about, how many pages? Chapter 6. I'm 100 pages in exactly. I got this from my photo card video. Or I got this from Pokemarket for when I ordered my cards, and I unboxed just the other day. But that's a video that hasn't been edited. And this video is probably going to go up before that, because I want this to go up early February, and that video is probably not going to go up until March. So yeah, so I do like this so far, only being 5 chapters in. I am going to finish it. I know the movie's coming out, I think March 20, I don't know, somewhere at the end of March. So I am going to finish this so that I can go see the movie. Other things I did, I fixed this camera because not the shutter, what are these? The lens cover, this thing was broken. I don't know if you can see them, but when I pull it out and it opens, so it wasn't doing that. These were just broken and just like floating around. And so I had to like unscrew it. There's a screw right here, and I unscrewed it. And I thought I couldn't get them off. And so I was like, oh, well, I guess I got to take the whole camera apart. So I took the whole camera apart. And then 2 pieces fell out. And I was like, crap, where do these go? And then I had to like Google what the pieces were and then how to put them back together. One of them I found a picture of, which I was very grateful for, because I had no idea how or where that piece went. I had no idea the orientation it was supposed to go. But I was able to get that put together. And then by the time I got back around to this, I did not have to take the camera apart. I just had to pull a little bit harder. And so I was just afraid of breaking it. So I didn't pull very hard, but then I saw that, oh, you have to pull it a little bit harder than you think. You're not going to break it. Luckily I didn't break it, but I was like, oh, I spent longer like trying to figure out where these two, like one was like a metal bar and I could see where it went, but I just couldn't get it in. Turns out the two holes on the sides are different sizes, but they didn't look different sizes. But they were probably just like microns different in diameters. And so whatever, I got this fixed and it works again. I mean, it never didn't work, but you had to be careful with these. I did ruin a couple pictures because they were like in front of the lens, and I don't have one of the pictures with me to show what happened, but yeah, so works again. That's good. Another thing I did was go to Kohl's. I had to make some returns to Amazon, and the Kohl's that's right by where I live is a place that you can return it. So I got this ornament. I'm mad they put the thing right on the front, but I'll probably be able to get this off with a hairdryer. It says $11.49, but it was like 70% off. I think I paid like $3 for this. So it does say 2025 on it. Got it at the after Christmas 2025, but that's okay. It's fine. And then I also got this ornament. Oh, when I bought this, I'm very glad before I bought it that I opened it and took it out, because when I took it out, Mickey was not inside of this. It was like a seal or a sea lion or something. And I was like, well, that's not it. So then I opened the boxes of the sea lions or the seals, whatever they were. And none of those had Mickey. And then I found a third one all the way like in the back of this like little area. And it was just like lying there, like wrapped. And so I unwrapped it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Mickey. So I'm glad I opened it. So always be careful, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So then the last one I got was this. I just thought it was pretty. So I got it. They had other colors too, but I only got this blue one. It looks really dark like right now, but it is blue. I mean, put it in front of a window. It is blue. It is very heavy though, but it should be fine. It's very thick glass. I kind of thought I should have gotten the other colors. Like now I'm like, oh, I should have gotten the other color so I could have like a matching. There was like a white one. Well, not white. It was clear. And then I think there was a red one as well, but I didn't. It's too late now. They're not there anymore. And this one says $3.99. I got it for like $1. So that was the main reason I got it. And that's probably what I should have gotten the other ones, but I didn't. It's too late. One other thing I did was put together my Disneyland castle, or they call this like mini Aurora's castle, but we know it's Disneyland. So I like it. I think it's cute. It does have an Aurora. She goes right here, but I don't know where she is at the moment because I got this when I was living in Korea. And when I moved out of Korea, I literally took apart every single one of my Lego sets piece by piece and put them in a bag. It's like separate bag. Each set had its own bag. I'm not a monster. That would be very hard if I mix like 15 Lego sets together. So I had to reassemble it, and I put all the minifigures separately in a bag, and she's somewhere with all the other minifigures of like Mickey and the other ones that I have. Oh no! It's a quick fix. Anyway, so I do like it. It's really cute. My castle is the Disneyland castle because I am from Los Angeles, born and raised. Currently living in the Los Angeles area. You know, like 30 minutes from my home, from my like childhood home. But no longer in Los Angeles. So you can figure out where that is on your own. So yeah, I think it's cute. I really like it. The only thing is that it's very pink, and Disneyland Castle isn't pink. It's more like this light pink color, or actually it's more peachy. And so I think the main color should have been this peachy color, but oh well, it's really cute and I really like it. You can kind of see in there. I can't really see it, but yeah, it's really cute and I really like it. So that's what I did. I also went and played Bunko with my mom and her, what she calls her old lady friends. So I played bunco with them. And while I did have the most wins, I wasn't the only person. I tied with the most wins. And so even when so every time I've gone to play bunco with my mom and her, as she calls them, old lady friends, I've always like lost, and I've gotten like biggest loser before, as in I had the most losses. But this time I was gunning for the most wins, and I had the most wins, except I tied with another person. So even when I'm the biggest winner, I'm not. I had to share the pot. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe next time. I really like bunco. It's fun. If you don't know what that is, it's like a dice game where you like roll the dice and you're trying to get like 3 of the same number during that number. So there's like there's 3 rounds and 6. No, there's 6 rounds of 3 games. And when you're on number 1, you have to try to get 3 ones. And if you get 3 ones while you're rolling for ones, that's a bunco and it's 21 points. If you get 3, say you get 3 5s, that would be a baby bunco when you get 5 points. And if you only roll 1, and you roll 1 1, then that's 1 point. So, and if you win, you go to another table. If you lose, you stay at the same table. And yeah, so there's like different tables. Anyway, I don't know how to explain it. That was boring because all you can see is my hands doing this back and forth. I know there are more things. These are currently my nails. They're the Hollow Taco Under the Sea collection. They came out last year. I have the blue, the purple, and the green on at the moment. I like them. I think they are pretty. Anyway, I'm currently drinking my Dr. Pepper cream soda out of my purple to lavender fade with my glitter straw. It's delicious, this stuff. So good. I love it. So good. So good. Yeah. So today is, we'll put this here so we have something to look at. So today is February 28th. And I didn't check the temperature, but yesterday on February 27th, 2026, in the Los Angeles area, am I west? Yeah, I'm west of Los Angeles. Slightly west. You can figure out where that is. It was 92 degrees Fahrenheit. 92 degrees Fahrenheit. In Celsius, I believe that's like 33.5 or something like that. Hot. In February. It is February. It is far too hot. It is not normally this hot this time of year. Because I've been to California in February almost every year, even when I was living in Korea. For 6 of those 8 years, I came back to visit, and it was never this hot in February. I never remember it being this hot. Crazy. Some other things that happened in January and February was that my niece made me this bracelet. Has my name on it. Left the things a little bit long. I need to cut those off, but there we go. It was made by an 8-year-old. It's cute. It kind of fits. I mean, it fits. Just the string is not as stretchy as I would like the string to be. So yeah, there's my name. My name's Laura. As you can tell from my channel name that, hey, it's me, Laura C. Some other things. So since it is February, it is Girl Scout cookie time. So I got these. Well, technically my dad got these for me. These are my favorite, Caramel Delights, though I grew up calling them Samoas. But yeah, I always thought they were called Samoas in California, but someone told me, or I looked online and it said that they were always called Caramel Delights here. And I was like, how come when I was a kid they were Samoas? It doesn't matter. I know if they're the same cookie. They're just made in different factories. Something else, my sister gave me these pajamas. It's a pajama set from Costco of Snoopy. These are the pants. I have the shirt on at the moment. It's really comfortable. They're so soft. It's probably all polyester. So that's I hate polyester, but you know, not that I hate polyester. I just hate that it doesn't breathe. And then the greatest, most exciting thing that happened was me finding my playbills. I'm so excited. So this is my playbill binder. I have 5 of these. I'm only gonna show the one because I'm not gonna get all of them out. But I am so excited to have these because I thought that these were gone. When I left New York, I moved, like I packed all of my stuff and I moved it to my parents' house and it was just going to be stored there. And then after a while, when I was in Korea, my mom's like, hey, we moved your stuff to your grandma's storage unit. And I was like, please don't do that. I don't want my stuff in her storage unit. Because I don't know what it was, but I just had this feeling inside of me that everything inside of me was screaming, do not take those there. And I believe they were still had been taken there. And so when my grandma was getting rid of her storage unit, my dad and my aunt went down and they just started like throwing things away. These could not be found. And I was like, where are my playbills? But at some point, they must have been brought back to my parents' house and put in the garage attic. And I must have done it because they were in one of my plastic containers. I mean, I don't know if my parents maybe bought me a plastic container and put my stuff in there, or if I did it and just completely forgot. I don't know, but these were found. And I'm so excited because I always said, if the house is ever on fire and you can only save one thing of mine, save my playbills. So I have the playbill for every show I have ever seen, with the exception of Beauty and the Beast when I was a child. Oh no, that's not true. I have the program. I don't have the ticket. So I have every program and every ticket for every show that I went to. With the exception of Beauty and the Beast, I don't have the ticket. I have the program, not the ticket. But I was like 9 years old when I saw that. So I wasn't thinking at the time, oh, save everything, you know? And there are a few, like maybe like regional theater things, like local community theater things. I have the tickets for them, but I don't have the programs because either they didn't have them or they just got lost. Because I know I did see a bunch of like local community shows for when I was in school, because I went to theater school to be a stage manager, like to be a tech, and I focused in stage management. And a lot of the programs I had to turn in with my school stuff, like you had to like go see a show, write a report, and you had to like prove you went by either giving them your ticket or the program. And I probably still have them with all my mix in with school stuff. I don't know, but that was many, many years ago. So I don't know if those are there, but that only would have been like maybe like Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat from the local community theater. But yeah, so these are, see, I said I'm from the Los Angeles area, Pantages Theater, Los Angeles, California. So these are the shows. So this was also from Los Angeles. I saw Wicked a bunch of times when it was in LA and during its permanent residency here. This one was not the show. This one was the tour, but I kept the playbill anyway. And then again, and then went to a Broadway Unplugged. This was just Broadway singers singing like acoustic songs. So I ran out of these nice ones and I had to buy extras, and so they just slip out. So I do want more of these. So yeah, Los Angeles again, more Los Angeles. And when I came to LA, I did go to the stage door every time, but I didn't have them sign my playbills. I had them sign some, like the big like souvenir program book. But then once I got to New York, Palace Theater, this is the very first show that I saw on Broadway. It's Legally Blonde. And I loved it. So we'll just quickly go through Rent, Little Mermaid, Spam-A-Lot. This is coming to LA at the end of March and beginning of April of this year, and I want to go see it, and I'm trying to convince someone to come with me because I don't want to go by myself. And yeah, I kept some of the confetti. So yeah, this was very exciting that these are all still here. I'm so excited to have them. And they did turn yellow. Some of them turned yellow, which is kind of sad. But that's okay. Some shows I didn't usually see most shows twice. This was, I think a friend of mine was in this show. Hairspray. And then back to Los Angeles, Pantages. This was when I was coming to visit one time, and my parents had season tickets, and my dad was like, oh, you can go. I think he just had no interest in seeing Mamma Mia. And he's just like, oh yeah, you can go. It's fine. Oh, you can see my parents' names on it. I'll try to blur that out. 9 to 5. This one was real fun. I really liked this. Little Mermaid again. The only reason I saw this show twice was because my sister came to visit, and this was the one show she wanted to see, even though I'd already seen it. So we saw it again. I got a student ticket, so it was only like $25. Is that what it says? 30. It was $30. So I'll go into more details about these later when I make a video about them, but This is just the first one. Oh, this was a Cirque du Soleil show. And I used to work at a Starbucks, and the Beacon Theater where this was performing was literally across the street. And so the dancers and the technicians and the band all came over like multiple times every day, and they were there for a long time. As in like, I think they were there for like over a year. And so I just like became friendly with the people in the show, and they just gave me free tickets all the time. And so I went and saw the show like 5 times. Every time it was free. Every time I brought a different friend with me. So, and then other people that I worked with at Starbucks were like, oh my gosh, why do you always get the free tickets? I'm like, because I talk to them and I'm friendly with them and they know that this is something that I'm interested in. And I'm sure they would give you tickets too if you like expressed interest in it. And then there was one time where they gave like, I think 10 tickets or so. I think there was like 13 people working at my Starbucks, maybe 15, and they gave us like 10 tickets. So that pretty much everybody could, like at one time they gave 10 tickets to one show, and they're like, we'll give more out. Like, we were only allowed to give out this many tickets at this time. We'll get the rest of you guys tickets. But like no one wanted them. And so I was like, I'll take them. So yeah, I went a bunch of times. And every time I went, not every time, but starting like the 4th time I went, some of the people were like, you're here again. I was like, you guys gave me tickets. So I came. So yeah, these were found. Playable binders. Nice. All right. That's it for now. Bye-bye.